What makes a game important? Is it the most popular game of its era? Particularly significant in its cultural moment? A hotbed of controversy that paints the words video games with a new brush? These things might define the word important in the world outside your own head, but ask yourself this. Which game is most important to you, the individual watching this? Which game informed your tastes and interests for console generations to come? Which game changed your life? I didn't realize it when a 10-year-old me rented Shining Force for the Genesis. It was just another game of the local rental concern that I hadn't played yet, and I wasn't about to let that state persist. All I could really tell was that there was a dude fighting skeletons on the box, and I like fighting skeletons. So I plunked down the $3 and gave it a try. My life changed that day. I was introduced to both tactical RPGs and the wild, purple-haired anime aesthetic. Things would never be the same. Well over a decade later, that story would be retold in Shining Force: Resurrection of the Dark Dragon for the Game Boy Advance. I'm often a bit skeptical of remakes as a way to monetize nostalgia, but I got suckered in. You don't just pass up on seeing how the seminal game of your childhood is treated in the new millennium. I was blown away. The core of the game is true to the original, with towns to explore and delicious tactical skirmishes to fight. You manage your band of heroes, known fittingly as the Shining Force, gaining levels, acquiring loot, promoting exemplary members to new classes, and selecting who to include in the 12-man active roster. Your available units range from the standard elf mages, centaur knights, and the occasional monk and healer, to the much stranger, an old inventor with a winged backpack, for example, or an anthropomorphic armadillo wearing a steam-powered suit of armor. And don't get me started on Domingo, the proto-tentacle who floats around throwing ice-type attacks for super effective damage. Unlike the Genesis iteration, though, each of those characters has a story to tell. Instead of having just one stock phrase, each ally you come upon will provide their own backstory and/or flavor details as you interact with them throughout the game's 8 chapters. This goes hand in hand with a tune-up of the plot, fixing the inscrutable, poorly translated original effort. You're still an anime standard amnesiac swordsman with a mysterious past, but now you can actually vocalize that fact. 3 new characters are added, telling a brand new side story which merges with the main plot midway through, as well as a gotta-catch-em-all card collecting mechanic which augments fighters' abilities mid-battle. A new reward system lends an incentive to finishing off fights quickly and efficiently, and includes plenty of new items to diversify your battle strategies. If you're wondering why the game looks so much like the Golden Sun series, well, there's a reason. Camelot, makers of Golden Sun, as well as several sports games with Mario in the title, were once Sonic Software Planning, a Sega dev studio, who, unfortunately, had to leave the Shining name with their old bosses. As a result, they don't really have a hand in the remake, which was produced by Amusement Vision, who are still under the Sega umbrella. If you, at any point, played Shining Force back in the day, it's worth investing in the update for streamlined mechanics and a better understanding of what was going on back then. Last year saw Resurrection of the Dark Dragon ported to your various iOS devices, so you can enjoy the experience without having to cart around your old GBA. It's not every day that the most important game of your life is treated with respect. Important. There's that word again. So, fair viewers, I ask you, what game changed your life?